from your canvas and you can write it right on there. Or, okay, I'm going to use a pencil because if I make a mistake, Seth caught me on that last one, so thank you. So this is under in modules, and it should be under A. So to find the slope, and we have to find the y-intercept. Now remember, is when 0. That is actually sometimes I go for that one first, when x equals 0. So in this case, no, right? And this is the same, these are the same numbers that I did the practice. So right here, 0, 7, y-intercept. Not always the middle. When x is 0. Then we're going to talk about what happens if we don't see 0. Okay? So when the y-intercept is when x is 0. So sometimes that's like half. We're going to find them. That first. Okay. Then the slope. Remember, the slope is your change y over change of, that's delta y. Charlotte for is what that's called. That's 3 is 2. See, this is but I'm going to do it on 2 over. Just be simplified to 2. If it's 1 over 2, leave it 1/2. But if there's 1 in your denominator, simplify it just down to that whole number or integer. Now the equation. What you're doing is writing in, you're always going to have an x, have a y. No, not always. 99% of the time on here, y equals 2 plus 7. Now, if that was a negative 7, like this one's a negative 4, we find this equals something x minus 4. So what we're doing is we're now equation from happening on number. This is going down by 3 while the x's are. Okay, I was going to say they're not always increasing by 1. I wanted to. Oh, this is increasing by 1. So negative 3 over 1. It's going to be negative 3. Does anyone want to take a stab at this equation? You want to try this equation? Okay, y negative 3x minus 4. Now, if you put plus a negative 4, you're saying the same thing, but let's try not to do two signs. If you said this thing, but let's try to get it to just a negative 4, okay? All right, find the slope, we find the y-intercept, and our equation. This is our equation. Now, again, this equation represents all the points on the line. If we graph this, then every ordered pair would be in that line. Okay. I don't see a 0 though here. Intercept. Where would the 0 be? 0 for the y-intercept. If listed, notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 would be here. But what would be that would match up with 0 if it was continuing this pattern? We got to first figure out what the pattern is.
19.
Is it 19? Negative 19? Well, okay, I don't know 19 though.
Negative.
Negative 19, negative. Wait, there's a lot of chat. Oh gosh. Oh, that 21. But we can figure it out by our formula or what's happening. All right, this is going up by 1. Not all of them are going to go up by 1. But these are. This is 4. Y equals 4 is 21. What we're doing here. Also, don't change your fractions to decimals. I did see, but I don't think anyone's in this class that did it. I had people that weren't in class the other day that turned in this assignment and they were changing decimals. I'm like, oh, don't change the decimals. All right. Oh, okay. So let's have our numbers here. Okay, they're going down by 5. Now, any guesses or what do you think about the y-intercept? Because the x has to be 0. Or for every 2, they're going down by 10. Does anyone have a guess what you think? So yeah, so that's a negative 4, because that would be a negative 0, 2, negative 1, 0. Good. So be negative. All right. And let's jump. Now, some of them have small, which they're changing, right? And that's okay if on these I'm changing my decimal slope as a decimal. You can see number 11 or 12 might have questions because if we notice, I just want to go ahead and try doing those right now. And I can do this. I'm not recording.